Welcome back to English Classroom. So, as many of you have been requesting me to make some video on grammatical topics, today I am here for you with a very important topic of grammar, that is voice, about active voice and passive voice. And till the end of the video, you stay tuned to the video, and I can assure you that you will learn everything about voice change. Okay, now get started. So at first, before coming to the word voice, let's know about what is active and what is passive. Very important. Okay. So before coming to the word active and passive, first let's see a picture. You can see a picture in the left corner. It's a girl raising her hand. Okay. It's a classroom situation you can find with books and copies you can see here. And the second picture you can see here, that is there are two students. They feel bored in the class. Okay, they feel like that not getting any attention. They feel like not interested in anything. Okay, now you can see the difference. In the first image, the girl raised her hand. It indicates that she is very interested in the class. She is active in the class. She takes part in the activities. Might be here she is answering a question. Might be here she is trying to ask a question. That's why she is active. Secondly, in the second image you can find that the two students are very much bored. Okay, they cannot take any interest in anything in their surroundings, means they are not active. See, in our classes also we can find that there are some students who are active, who actively take part in everything, some students who couldn't. Okay, that's the difference only, nothing else. Okay, you can ask me why or how the voice may be active or passive. It's not a human being. Actually here voice is referring to the voice of the verb. Okay, and if we consider verb as human being, then we can understand easily. Now let's take an example. If you talk with your friend, how do you talk? Politely or aggressively or angrily? There's a way of talking, right? You can ask your friend, can you please give me a glass of water? Can you please give me your pen? Right, like this. So it's a request like this. Okay, or politely you can ask. If you are angry with your friend also, you can also talk with him or her very angrily. So it depends on your mood, depends on your tone of voice, how you are behaving. So your voice actually describing your mental state. Similarly here, the voice of the verb. So verb actually through active and passive voice can be expressed in two different manners. In the active voice, if we say I did my homework, suppose this is in active voice, because in the active voice I will tell you later the subject is the doer. Okay, so I did my homework. If I say this is in the active voice. Similarly in the passive voice, the thing is changed. Okay, my homework was done by me. By using active and passive mode, the same verb can be expressed in two different ways. That's the use of active and passive voice. Okay, actually the writers who are very much intelligent, they use the passive voice more to make things not clear, to hide the things, to hide some facts sometimes. So passive voice is very important in this case. I'll tell you later how. Now let's move to the voice. Now what is voice here? So voice refers to the connection between the subject and object of sentence, which is linked through a verb. I told you earlier. So in one part there is subject, in another part there is object. Okay, and in the middle what is there? That is verb. So how is the verb expressed? It is decided by the voice. Okay, voice decides this. Okay, now another thing you can see, the voice of a verb tells whether the subject of the sentence performs the action or receives the action. So when the subject of the sentence performs the action or doer of the action is okay, when it is the doer, then it is called active voice, and it is the receiver, then it is passive voice. Okay, means doer means active, receiver means passive. So here is the example you can find. Rohan writes a letter. So very easily you can understand here Rohan is the subject because he is writing the letter here. Okay, so he is the doer. So Rohan is subject, writes verb, a letter is object. So here you can see that directly it is said in the active voice that Rohan is the subject and he is the doer of the action. But in the second sentence, a letter is written by Rohan. Here you can see a letter is the subject in the sentence because we have changed, or you can see interchanged, the subject and the object. Okay, now a letter is the subject, and you can see the subject is receiving the action by someone else. So letter is written by Rohan means here letter is the object, actually becoming object. Okay, is not doing anything. Who is doing? Rohan is doing. So here the subject in the sentence is receiving the action from someone else. That's why it is in the passive voice. Okay, that's the difference. Now let's understand the types of voice. So I told you that in the active voice, what happens? The subject performs the action expressed by the verb. Now what is the use of it? When you can use this? Okay, so when more clarity and straightforward relation is required between verb and subject, then we use active voice. Means we need the clarity between the verb and the subject. So subject is given importance in this case, in case of active voice. Remember, in the second case, in passive voice, here subject is receiving the action. Okay, so here subject is not given importance. Here the action is in the focus. Action is the focus, and sometimes the object unknown. Okay, so sometimes the doer is also unknown, and we do not focus on the doer or the subject. Okay, we only focus on the action. Okay, if I say the same example here, that I did my homework, this is the active voice, and if I say in passive voice, the homework was done, suppose like this. So who did the homework? Sometimes it is not required. That's why here the doer is not important in case of passive voice. Okay, remember this. So after the types of the voice, now let's understand how to change the voice, right? So before changing the voice, you have to know certain rules of how to change from active to passive. The first rule is identify the subject in the sentence, then verb, then object. So after that, you should change the object into subject and vice versa. Means you should change the object of the sentence into subject and change the subject into object. Vice versa means that thing. Okay, so you can interchange the subject and object. And third thing, put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb. Here helping verb or auxiliary verb refers to the be verb. Okay, be verb, because one helping verb may be there in the sentence, sometimes helping verb is not there in the sentence. Okay, so if there is one helping verb is given, you can change the form of the verb, it's mandatory. But along with that, you have to put another auxiliary verb, that is the be verb. It's mandatory in every sentence. Okay, I will tell you with examples, don't worry. Then you have to change the verb into past participle form. It's not about auxiliary verb. Here the verb is all about the main verb or the principal verb. Okay, so the principal verb should be changed to past participle form, that is the verb 3 form. Okay, so for this you should know the conjugation of verbs. You can find in every grammar book what is conjugation. You can find the types of forms of verbs. Okay, verb 1, verb 2, verb 3, verb 4, like this. So you have to change this to verb 3 form. Okay, participle form. So after doing all these things, add the preposition by, and after by you should write the doer. Okay, who is the doer of the action? Suppose in the case of Rohan I told you, so by Rohan, like this. So after all these things, all the steps, you have to write by, then write the name of the doer. Okay, now look at the examples. I'm giving you examples here. In the active voice, suppose Ayush wrote a letter. So Ayush subject, wrote here verb, a letter here object. Okay, you can find it easily. Now come to the passive voice. In the passive voice, the thing is changed. So what I told you, now follow step by step. So first you have to understand what is subject, what is verb, what is object in the sentence. Now you identified them. Second step is that you change the object into subject and subject into object. So here a letter is the object and Ayush is subject. So change it, just interchange. A letter comes first and Ayush comes at last. Okay. Third thing, put the suitable helping verb or auxiliary verb. Here the be verb you can see. Okay, what is the auxiliary verb here? Be verb. So here, as the sentence you can see is in the past tense, simple past tense. That's why here the be verb used is was. So was should be used in case of simple past tense. Okay, you can see here. I will tell you with examples more in the next slides. Okay, don't worry. So that's why be verb used. The fourth thing, change the verb into verb 3 form. That is, you can see here that wrote is in the verb 2 form, because write is the verb 1, wrote is verb 2, and write and written is verb 3. So now change it to verb 3, written. Then add the preposition by. Good, by. Then add the doer. Who is the doer? Ayush. So the answer is a letter was written by Ayush. Now it's all clear, I think. Very easy it is. Okay. Now come to the some another rules about auxiliary verbs. Because the rules for using auxiliary verbs for passive voice is different for each case or each tense. Okay. In case of simple present tense, you can see here. Suppose the active voice is like this: they eat oranges. So in passive voice, what you write? Oranges are eaten by them. Here, what is the verb used? Are. So you can see here, always the auxiliary verb is used by considering two things. First thing is that what is the subject here in the passive voice. So here subject is oranges. That's why the auxiliary verb should be plural here. Okay, you can see are is plural verb, not singular. Secondly, you have to see in the active voice that the main verb or the whole sentence is in which tense. So you can see this sentence is in simple present tense. That's why we use are, not were. Am I clear now? So oranges are eaten by them, not were eaten by them. This is the system. Okay. Now next is are eating oranges. It is in the present continuous or progressive tense. So again you can find here that this is the active voice is in the present tense, and in the beginning the subject is oranges. Here in the passive voice means plural number should be used. So plural number and active voice is in the present tense. Two things should be considered for using the auxiliary verb. That's why it is are, not were. Okay. The third one, present perfect tense. Okay. So come to the active voice. They have eaten oranges. They have eaten oranges. So again you can see the active voice, it is in the present tense. Okay. Now in this case there is something different. You can see that oranges have been eaten by them, it is written in the passive voice. Okay. Now what is the change here? So at first the oranges come in the beginning. Then what is there? Have. So have is taken from the active voice sentence. They have eaten oranges. You can find a have. Okay. Now because oranges is plural, that's why you use have, not has. Okay. Not has. Has only for in the case of singular number and third person. Okay. Now after have you can use here now be verb, because we cannot use be verb before have. That's why. Okay. So because we are using be verb after have, that is why we have to make the verb 3 of be verb. Because after has or have or had, in the three cases we cannot use any other form of be verb. Only we can use the third form, means the verb 3 form. Been is the third form. Okay. That's why oranges have been eaten by them. Everything is now same. Okay. Now these three tenses we can see in the simple present tense, present progressive tense, and present perfect tense. Similarly in the past tense there are three cases you can find. Okay. Okay. So number 4 is simple past, then past progressive or past continuous, then past perfect. Then we come to the future tense, simple future and future perfect. There are only two tenses covered in voice for future tense. Okay. So three tenses each for present tense and past tense, and only two tenses for future. Total 8 tenses should be covered. Okay. This is very important. Only 8 tenses, not 12. 3 from present, 3 from past, and 2 from future. Okay. So let's have a look. In the simple past tense, they ate oranges. So is in the past tense. So what we should look for here? First, the active voice is in which tense? So past tense. Second, what we should look for? That the subject here in the passive voice, that is oranges. So oranges plural number, that's why where is the plural number of are, you can see, and it's as it is in the past tense, sentence in the past tense, that's why were, not are. Okay. Clear. Similarly in the present past progressive tense, same thing. Now past perfect tense, again been, because we are using be verb after have, that's why, but be verb is there, you can find. Similarly after future tense, this is something different. You cannot use is, am, are in the future tense. Okay. Because the reason is that I told you also in several classes that after the modal auxiliary you cannot change the base form of the verb, because you can see here in the simple future tense they will eat oranges. So oranges will be eaten by them. So will is there. Will is the modal auxiliary. So after modal auxiliary we cannot change the form of the verb. So immediately what is there after will? Be. Be is the immediate verb. That's why we cannot change the form of the verb of be. Be is the base form of root form. Okay, that's why be is here. We cannot change any form. Similarly, any case you can find. Okay, you can see here in the next case, in the number 8 case, you can future perfect tense. Oranges will have been eaten by him. So will is there in the active voice. Good. Have is also there. Now what is extra? Been. Why it is been? Why not be? Because it is after have. So after have, has, and had, we have to use the verb 3 form of any verb. And now you can ask me, here is also modal auxiliary verb, but after modal auxiliary you can find another verb, that is have. So have is in the base form here. Okay, have cannot be changed to has or had here. Will have is only applicable. Will has or will had is not applicable. Remember this. Okay, that's the very important thing. So in this way you can use voices. You can change the active to passive voice by using some simple methods and techniques, and by understanding the basic things about using auxiliary verbs in the sentences. Very easy. Okay, this is all about the voice change. Okay, now for your benefit I have given here a worksheet. Okay, so in a simple table you can use this. In a simple table I have given only single sentence here in active voice, and all the other parts are blank. So in the simple present tense I have given in active voice, Sam plays cricket. So what you have to do now, you have to change it to passive voice, and again you have to write another 7 sentences in other tenses in the active voice, and then change it to passive voice. Okay, this is the worksheet I have given to you. You can write in your notebook. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Thank you. Have a nice day.